Imagine this scenario. You find yourself in a difficult financial situation, struggling to repay a debt. Suddenly you receive a letter informing you that a county court bailiff will be visiting your home. Panic sets in as you wonder, can a court bailiff actually arrest you? Well, in this video, we'll explore the powers and limitations of county court bailiffs and answer the question, can a court bailiff arrest you? First, let's understand the role of county court bailiffs and what they do within the justice system. County court bailiffs serve as representatives of the county court, responsible for handling various tasks relating to debt collection and enforcement. Here are just some of their main duties: collecting payments for debts on which a judgment has been made, confiscating goods to be sold off in order to recover the debt, repossessing assets such as a car to settle outstanding debt, serving official court documents including summons and warrants, conducting evictions in cases where tenants have failed to meet their obligations. So why would a county court bailiff visit you? Well, when you fail to repay a debt, it may be passed on to a collection agency. If these agencies are unsuccessful in collecting the debt, they can approach the court to obtain a county court judgment, a CCJ, against you. Alternatively, you might owe a debt that the court itself has determined, such as maintenance payments or fines from magistrate court. In either case, it would be a county court bailiff who visits your home to attempt to collect the debt. Now, let's address the question we started with. Can a county court bailiff arrest you? The answer depends on the type of debt and the amount of debt that can be offset by seizing goods from your home. In general, a county court bailiff can only arrest you for official debt, such as criminal fines or maintenance payments. However, arrest is typically considered a last resort only after other measures have been exhausted. Here's how the process usually unfolds. The bailiff will visit you and ask you to pay the debt. If you're unable to pay, the bailiff may confiscate goods from your home to sell and recover the debt. If the value of the seized goods is insufficient to clear the debt, the bailiff may then consider arrest as a last option. In the event of an arrest, you would be typically taken into custody and then released on bail without having to appear in court immediately. A court hearing will be scheduled later, allowing you to present your case for paying off the debt in installments. In certain circumstances, if you're unable to pay at all, you may face a short prison sentence. However, the debt would be written off once your sentence is complete. But can a county court bailiff enter your property without your permission? Generally, a bailiff cannot enter your home without your consent, except in specific circumstances. Here are some important restrictions to consider. A bailiff cannot force their way past you to gain entrance. If there's no person aged 16 or older present at home, they cannot enter. They cannot enter if only a disabled or sick person is present. Bailiffs are prohibited from visiting your home between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. They can only enter through a door and not through a window, for instance. However, there are exceptions to these restrictions. In certain cases, a bailiff may be allowed to use an acceptable level of force to gain entry. This could include situations where they are serving a possession warrant to evict you, seeking to confiscate goods for a magistrate's court fine, or serving a warrant to arrest you. During these instances, the law supports the bailiff's right to use force if necessary. It's important to note that county court bailiffs must always act within the law. They cannot physically harm or threaten you, and they are required to identify themselves when asked. The warrant they are serving must also be 100% accurate. If you have any doubts about the authenticity of a bailiff's credentials or their actions, you have the right to turn them away. In cases where a bailiff acts inappropriately or exceeds their legal powers, you can report them to the local county court, potentially leading to their license being revoked. If you find yourself in a situation where you have been notified about a bailiff's visit, remember, they cannot come and enter your home until at least 7 days after the letter was sent. This gives you time to seek help and advice. Your local Citizens Advice Centre is an excellent resource for assistance when dealing with bailiffs. They have extensive experience helping debtors navigate these situations. If you require further legal advice, then they can also connect you with an appropriate professional who can guide you through the process. While a county court bailiff has the power to arrest you for official debts under certain circumstances, it is considered a last resort. Their primary goal is to collect outstanding debts through other means, such as seizing assets. Remember, bailiffs must follow strict guidelines and act within the law at all times. If you ever find yourself facing a bailiff visit, it's crucial to know your rights and seek the necessary advice to protect yourself. If you're struggling with debt, then there are a number of debt solution options available here in the UK. Some are free to use and others will include fees, and each will have their own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few multiple choice questions like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, and your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so that you can find out more and take steps towards improving your financial situation.